I thought it was just a regular Tuesday at the office. You know, the kind of day where the most exciting thing that happens is the coffee machine finally getting fixed. I was sitting at my desk, minding my own business, when my boss, Mr. Henderson, walked over. He's usually a pretty serious guy, so when he smiled, it was a little unsettling. He started telling me about his weekend trip to some obscure, artisanal cheese festival. I nodded along, trying to look interested, pretending I knew the difference between a Gouda and a Gruyere. The conversation was winding down, and I saw my chance to escape back to my spreadsheet. He ended with, "Well, it was great catching up." And I, in a moment of pure, unadulterated brain freeze, replied, "You too, love you." Yeah, I said it, love you, to my boss. The words just fell out of my mouth. We both froze. His smile vanished. My entire life flashed before my eyes. I could see my promotion, my career, my dignity, all flying out the window. Why did I say that? I say it to my wife, my dog, the pizza delivery guy on a really good day. It's just a reflex. But to Mr. Henderson, this was a catastrophic failure of my social software. I had to fix it. My brain went into overdrive, cycling through 1,000 bad ideas. My first genius plan, pretend it never happened. I just turned back to my computer and started typing furiously, as if I had just single-handedly solved world hunger via email. He just stood there for what felt like an eternity, probably wondering if he needed to call HR. The silence was deafening. I could feel the eyes of my coworkers, Susan from accounting and Dave from marketing, burning into the back of my skull. They definitely heard it. The air in the office got thick with second-hand awkwardness. Mr. Henderson cleared his throat, a sound that echoed like a thunderclap in the quiet room. "Right," he said, then just walked away. But it wasn't over. It was so not over. I thought, maybe I can make a joke out of it. Salvage the situation. Bad idea. Later that day, I saw him by the water cooler. I walked over, armed with what I thought was a killer joke. "Hey, Mr. H," I said with a shaky laugh, "about earlier. I just really love your passion for cheese." He just stared at me. No smile. Just a blank, confused stare. Now I didn't just seem weird, I seemed weird and obsessed with his cheese hobby. The love you incident became the point of no return. I couldn't take it back, I couldn't fix it, and I definitely couldn't ignore it. Every interaction with him for the rest of the week was excruciating. He'd ask for a report, and I'd just nod, terrified my mouth would betray me again. I started communicating purely through emails and interpretive dance. In a team meeting, he looked in my direction, and I almost hid under the table. I was convinced I was getting fired. My one-word slip-up had spiraled into this full-blown corporate horror story. I was living in a cringe comedy, and I was the only one not laughing. This had gone way too far. I was trapped in my own awkwardness. On Friday, he called me into his office. This was it, the end. I walked in prepared for the worst. He motioned for me to sit down. He looked at me, took a deep breath, and said, "About what you said on Tuesday." I braced for impact. My wife says it to me all the time when she's distracted. Don't worry about it. He then handed me a new project, and that was it. The nightmare was over. The relief was so immense I almost cried. Or said love you again. I managed to restrain myself, thankfully. I walked out of his office a free man, forever changed by the experience. So, the moral of the story is, I don't know, maybe don't talk to your boss ever, or maybe just accept that sometimes your brain will glitch and you'll have to live with the consequences. Either way, it was a week I will never, ever forget. Subscribe to Funny Stories.